Hey, welcome back to Make It Rain Ranch. We're getting ready to do another video. Today is actually golf cart parade day, so we're all getting ready with our Christmas shirts here in 2025 to celebrate the end of the year in beautiful Grant, Valcarria, Florida. As you can see, it's a beautiful day out today. Horses are over there enjoying whatever they're doing, standing there and looking stupid. But today I'm coming back at you with another build video. This time we are going to be building the power tool organizer with charging system, 7 drill holder, and includes a beautiful felt storage bag. So this came off of Amazon. So we're going to see what it's like. My wife has built one of these before and put it out in the barn that sits out there, as you can see. So it's doing a really decent job. We went with a different made in China brand. So let's see how this thing looks. First things first, we're going to do a little unboxing and see what's in this thing right now. Looks like my little doggy came out. Hey, little doggy. Hi, mommy. Oh, see that fell off. Alright, so let's do a quick unboxing. Got my trusty scissors, and let's see if we can do it. Let's see what's in the box here. Set her down. Looks like we have a power outlet. That's always good, because if you're going to put drills and stuff there, you want a power outlet. Bag of hardware, always important to have. My glasses, always good to have. That was not in the box. Let's see what we got here. Some plates. Those up there. Let's see what those are for. And then it looks like we have some segments. So it's interesting. Oh, it unfolds. Sweet. So it looks like it's a nice unfoldable segment. Maybe there's multiple unfoldable segments. There's inside one of these. Let's see, another unfoldable segment. And this must be the felt bag that they're raving about. Let's take the scissors. Oh wait, I think it unfolds. I don't like to take scissors in case I accidentally cut the felt pad, because I did not do well in cutting and pasting when I was in elementary school. But this felt bag, actually, it's kind of cheesy, but it has a few pockets on it. Maybe those will come in handy. We'll figure that out. Let me set that over there for now. Man, there are a lot of little pieces in here. I thought this was just like a plug and play. Directions, those will probably be important. So let's keep those here. There's these little plates. Hold it down. Looks like they give you a wrench as part of it. So this looks to be one of the racks that you're going to hang your drills in. I already got a spot picked out for this. I'm looking forward to installing it and getting the power run to it so I can keep all my drills up here charged. The way I'm going to I do it is, just like a lot of people, I sort of accumulated a lot of different drills and power tools, cordless ones over my lifespan here. So what I'm going to do is at the main house here in our garage over that way, I'm going to hang this system that I'm building now. And that's going to have all my little Ryobi tools. So I got like Ryobi drill, I got like a impact drill, I got a wrench drill, I got an assortment like flashlights and things like that. I'm going to hang them all on this thing and keep all those little chargers up there so that it's all organized and it's all in one place if we need to get it. Out in my barn back there, I put all the rigid drills. So I got a smaller system than this, and it has my impact drill and my regular drill back there, and it's just rigids. And in the workshop, that's where I'm going to keep all my DeWalts. So that's where we're going to be working on our vehicles. You know, once I get the lift installed, and we'll do a video on that once that gets here. And we're going to start doing some car videos. Because my goal is to eventually get me a nice little project car. I got one back there already. That's my son's Lincoln Town, but I'd like to get like a Vet, Jaguar, or something like that to be able to put back there and build. So this looks like a solid little frame. Looks like it's going to be the side piece. So it looks cool. You know, this is nice little metal. It is solid metal, so it's not like it's a plastic unit. So that's pretty cool. You know, the one in the back that I have in the workshop seems like it's a little more flimsy than this. This seems a little more solid. You can just kind of see the thickness over there, you know, for what it's going to do. That's plenty thick, you know, for what we have. So now we got all the pieces out. And they really give you some really crappy instructions, to put it that way. So I am already not impressed with the instructions. Again, because you see you got this right here, this is because I can see the wall anchors in here. You can already tell that's hanging into the wall. We'll use those. That'll be a last step. This one has 3 little bolts in there. I have to figure out which. I wonder if that's going to be the first screw J. So we're going to use screw J. That looks like J, but unfortunately there are absolutely no markings on it, so you can't tell what that is. This is a whole bunch of little ones with little nuts on there. Don't know where those. It doesn't. Boy, this is terrible that they don't give you. They don't label the bags at all. But these do use an Allen wrench, so it's got a hex head on it. An Allen wrench head, I mean. These look similar to those. These are just smaller. These are longer. So we'll have to figure that out. I'm going to assume, because these are the small ones. God, you can't really tell. I'm thinking those are the M's. These are the L's. And then these are the K's. And the only reason I say that is because on the directions here, it says M's, L's, and K's, and it gives you the number that are supposed to be there. The K's, there's supposed to be 12 of them. Well, it definitely looks like there's 12 in that packet. The L's and the M's are both 4 each. So, in the drawing, looks like they're like the M's are just a little smaller. Now these are a lot smaller, so we're gonna go with that. So, all right. So step 1 is taking essentially these 2 bad boys together, and we're going to take the little pieces right there. Now right at the ends here, it looks like there's a little turn down or turn up, how you want it. It's showing me to have them turning down, and then taking the little pieces together, make sure it's turned down there, and you just push it in. And once I push it in, I'm going to take what they call J2. Now that's funny. It says it came with the hardware, but there's no hardware. So I might need to go find my own wrench. The one time I don't have my all my Allen wrenches and stuff with me, I'm going to have to pause the video to get it. But once you get these 2 together, you're just going to take the little one here, and we're just going to start threading it in there. And oh man, those don't line up very good, do they? And then I'm going to take the other one. You can see the hole is just, I don't know if you can see that, it's just a little off. And this one's going to thread in this one. Oh man. Alright, I'm going to have to pause the video because, oh no, there's did give me one. Haha! There's the Allen wrench. So let's see if we can put these together. I'm gonna Allen wrench it in. I don't like doing this by hand. There, I finally got it to bite. There we go. Now we got it working. So now that's in. Get it snugged up. Just do the other one. Get the second one snugged up. I don't think these protrude through. This is because this is the underneath. You can tell by the way you can tell it's underneath by the way these things turn down, because you'll want them actually turned up to hold your drills on. So this is definitely the underneath side. So these screws, oh, I didn't even look when I flipped it over. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, see, so on the top you don't see them, you only see those screws from underneath. So that's literally all you're doing in step one. And it looks like step two. Oh, it's a 3 shelf. That's pretty cool. So we're going to install these with those Ks. Ks being the ones with 12s. We're going to start screwing those to these pieces. So essentially, what you're going to want to do is put it together like that. And then screw them together. So using the package of Ks. That's these. I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Well, welcome back. Yeah, I kind of screwed that first side in. I started to do the other side the same way. So you're going to do the upright. Remember, this is the bottom. I'll be right back. I made a mistake. And the mistake was these that are turning down should be turning up. Because I'm an idiot. And I always do things backwards. Arrgh! Man, maybe in 2026, I won't do this anymore. All right, let me flip this around. I'll be right back. I think I sort of got it fixed. So these things are now turning up, which is nice. It's like I always said, why build it once when I can build it 2 or 3 times in the process? So just showing you how I'm doing the other side here. It's, as you can see, these things have these cross beams. You want to set these racks on top of the cross beam. So you don't want the cross beams over the top, you want them under it, so it'll kind of hold that weight and distribute it a little bit better. Then you're going to put the bolt through, then you're going to take the nut that's provided. Well, I was going to show you the nut that was provided. I'll show you that here. I'll pick that one up in a minute. So they give you these little nuts. You're going to stick that nut underneath it. You'll start to tighten it down. Now I've got it tightened down. I can show you sort of what it looks like here. So you can see them right there, those nuts. Just take the Allen wrench, stick it into the head of the bolt, put this over the top of the nut, and now you can start cranking her down. Unless you drop the stuff like I just did because I had the wrong hands going. So I'm going to put those in, and then I'll make sure I get them tightened down. That one's all tightened. Get the other side. You can use the wrench too if you feel better with the wrench. I like to sort of snug it up first by using the Allen key. And once I sort of get them like tight, I can push down on that wrench to get it really tight. And now that's done. So what you're going to end up doing is you're going to take these foldable shelves, fold them. Make sure you don't put them in like this because it'll fold in the middle. So make sure you put them in like this, set them in, and you're going to create that shelf, and you're going to do the other one up here. So that way you have 2 more shelves full of things. And you're going to take the same screws and nuts that you put in here, and you're going to put them in those two. So I'm going to go ahead and do those, find the nut that I dropped, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, you can see I'm back. I got the whole thing put together. Now, it's important that you realize on one side, you don't screw it in. I just have them held there. And the reason why is because they give you these plates. And these plates that they give you are actually screwdriver holders. So when you're going to install these in, and that way you're going to be able to put a screwdriver, it's going to hang, the head's going to sit up here, and then the bottom of the screwdriver will actually run through that rack. And we're going to actually set these on this side. So what we'll end up doing, the reason why I hand screwed them in there, is I'm going to be able to pull out. I just want to do one rack. I wanted the rack to hold its rigidity while I did this. So I just have those just pushed in there. I'm going to take the one that the heads are going to sit in there, which is one that looks like this, and you're going to sandwich it between the top piece and the rail there. Then you're going to put the screws, the nuts back in. All the hardware will kind of go back in there. So you got to make sure it all weaves in. And then you can tighten the nuts down on the other side. Do the same thing on this side. You want to make sure everything goes through, and you put it in. And you want to do all this before. This is why you keep the one side. And I think they're interchangeable because you're going to have this fancy handy dandy rack, the felt rack I was telling you about that'll hang on one side. I think you can interchange which side you want them on. This is just the side I'm putting. I've decided to put this on because I believe I'll probably need the bag on the other side because the place I'm going to locate it, I think it's just going to work better over there. So I'm going to set this in like this. We're going to tighten this sucker up right here. Now I have to say, other than the first step where those two bolts didn't really line up very well, the rest of it's gone together pretty simple. Is everything square? No. It's not all square, but it's also not all bad either, you know, so, you know, I want to make sure I'm not trashing on it because it, you know, came from China or whatever. It's not really a bad little system, honestly. I've had some things I've built, not so good. This one, not so bad, let's put it that way. So, now, like I said, you're going to come back in utilizing the things that they kind of gave you. You can tighten them down pretty easily with them, which is nice. You know, sometimes it's easier if you use Allen wrenches or Allen keys a lot. You end up dropping them as much as I do. I call it, you know, the fine part of it, and then you got the torquing part of it. So if you know it's not in very tight, I always like to keep the Allen wrench up and down like this, where there's the short arms up top, and because it just helps me sometimes get it to where I need it to be. And then when you need to torque it down, you put the smaller end in into the head of the bolt, and then it gives you a lot more of the arm to pull on to really tighten it down. So for those who may not be familiar with using these, that's pretty well the simple way to use them. So once we get that in there, we have finished that step, and then next we're going to go to, let's see if I can move this out of the way a little bit. I want to move to the other side of this thing, because this is where that nice little bag is going to go. You can see there's actually holes. I don't know, maybe you can't see that. You can see there's actually holes right here in the side. Hold on, my screen went blank. So you can see holes inside. Hi, kitty. You come up to say hi? Hey, Jedi. You are the Jedi. I am still the master. You're still the Jedi master. All right, let me get back to work. So you got little holes here, and that's where we're going to drill these screws in. So this is going to take you to the next bag that you want to use. So that bag was supposedly L's, which are the longer ones. We'll take those longer screws, and it looks like all we're going to do is make sure when you put the bag in that the pockets are facing up, otherwise so you can actually stick stuff in the pocket. If you go the other way, they're not really going to stick. That usually would be something I would have done wrong, but I thought about it here, so I'm not putting it in. That's just sometimes my brain isn't always on the weekends. I don't usually activate the full amount of my brain. I leave that for work during the week so that they get maximum benefit. Let's put it this way. Now, whoa, that's tight. Man. So that's a very tight fit right there. I'm going to have to use the Allen key to really tighten that up. So this top screw here, this one here, it's kind of strange because you can see there's a plate right there. Now, let's put it this way so I can see better. So the plate's right here. And because of that, that screw hole under there, right there, it is extremely tight to that plate. Like, you can't get your finger around it. So to tighten that thing up, I am going to have to use this Allen key to kind of get in there and sort of tighten her down while I'm sort of just holding that screw on the back side. And it's just going to hit that plate. So I don't know if they're all screwed like that, but mine were definitely screwed like that. So now I want to do this, put this thing through on the bottom. I'm kind of worried that this felt thing, it's not going to hold up very well. I have a strange feeling this is going to be the first casualty of this system, because it just does not feel like it is super duper sturdy. Well, I'm going to finish putting these in and tightening up the bolts, and then I'll be back with you guys when I'm done. Alright, so the last step really in this build before we go hang it is to put the power strip on the top. So what we're going to do is, you can kind of see the top up here has these slots, and then the power cord has those holes right there, those holes. So we're going to line those up on that slot, and it allows you with that slot to slide this as you need it. I'm going to try to put it as far over to the side as I can, and I'm going to anchor it down. And what you're going to use is that last baggie that you have of the little teeny tiny little baby screws. So we're going to head and get those out. We'll figure out how many of these stupid things I'm going to end up dropping on the ground, which is IMO. And I'm going to drop. The good thing is they've been pretty good about, they seem to give you one extra screw and nut on every piece of hardware they've given you. I don't know why that is. All right. Be careful. It's always good to put the cord on the side that you know your power strip's going to be at. Like, in fact, I might move mine over, because I think when I hang it, my power strip is further to the right side. So I'm going to want to set this as far to the right as I can. I wonder if I could have built this backwards somehow, but so I put that over. So I may want to have this little gap in here for a charger to stick it in, but all right. So I know my power source is going to be when I hang it over here. So I got as far over as I can so I can run that power cord down to it. Then all you do is we're going to put these little nuts on. You know, like I said, other than step one, everything's pretty much lined up really nicely. So it's once you start getting these nuts tied in here, then it's just a matter of tightening them down. I'm going to do all that and I'll be right back. So here we go with the finished product. As you can see, I got the bags on the side, power strip on the top. The cord is going to go down to the power outlet. And then you can see if I hang screwdrivers, I'll hang them in there. Got a rack for the chargers, and then that's where the drills are going to go. And of course, last thing we got to do is go hang it. So let's go find a spot to hang this back. Alright guys, so this is where I'll be hanging this thing. So you can see I got my outlet there. I'm starting to hang this piece. What I did is I took a little level that I had, attached it to the metal. I drilled the first screw into a stud. And then what I'll do is I'll rotate this thing up until I get her level. As you can see, I'll look at that level and you'll see where it's at. So it's just like that, and I'm going to mark the holes. Once it gets the first hole marked, then I'll have to put on this side wall anchors. That side will be in studs, but this is going to be wall anchors. So I'll get the wall anchors marked, installed, then I'll hang it up, and this thing hopefully will be ready to go soon. All right, I'm going to do that and I'll be back. So you can see how I've hung my Robies. I do have some batteries up there. The one thing that I've noticed is the power outlet there. The way the plugs are oriented, it's sort of like the way this is, where you have the plugs going up and they have two more. Is the power for the Ryobi chargers has a huge adapter in, so I can literally only plug 2 power units in at once instead of all 4, where if they had changed the orientation sideways and had them in a row, I probably could have, and spaced them, I probably could have got 3 or 4 in there. So what I might do is plug a power strip up, another power strip into that up there, and that way I can probably get like 4 or 5 chargers rolling at once, and then just hang all my drills here, put all my batteries up on this shelf once they're charged, and have the chargers on the top shelf. So that's what it looks like hung up. So other than 2 screws at the beginning that were a little issue, and then the fact that that power strip is kind of like worthless. I shouldn't say worthless. Wasn't really well thought out. I give it a pretty good rating. Good job for the money. All right, talk to you guys later.